test.
Now video? Kind of.
Good evening, Tokyo. How's it going? Test. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I'm excited to welcome all of you to ETHGlobal Tokyo. Another applause. I know all of you are already tired, but sadly, this is when things actually start. This is not a conference. This event is an ETHGlobal event, and those of you who are attending our events for the first time, here's what's different about all these things. Our goal and our mission is to onboard thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And ETHGlobal does this by hosting hackathons and summits. ETHGlobal Tokyo is a hackathon. What does that mean? That means we believe in three key things. Our focus is on builders for the whole weekend. This is an opportunity for all of you to learn, mentor, get help, and grow as individuals and upskill yourselves. And we really believe showing is more important than telling, which means on Sunday, no PowerPoints allowed. You must show something that actually works. And that brings us to what we do as ETHGlobal. We've done this thing for the last 5 years all across the world, from Buenos Aires to Cape Town, South Africa, to New York, to India, Waterloo in Canada, London, Amsterdam, Mexico, San Francisco, India again last year with our biggest event ever, and now we're excited to be back. We're excited to be in Japan. This is our first event in Japan and our first event of 2023. We have over 1,500 attendees here this weekend, and I am super excited to welcome all of you here and to the Web3 ecosystem. Please give yourselves a massive round of applause. Out of those, we have over 1,000 hackers from 59 countries, and 35% of everybody here is new to Web3, which is our core goal. What does that actually mean? It means that 35% of people here are existing developers in Web 2. They're trying to learn and see what's possible in Web 3. So we can't wait to see what all of you build over the course of the next 36 hours. We put everybody on a map to see where everybody was coming in from. These are 59 different countries represented across 6 different continents. Moreover, about 40% of all of the attendees here are from Japan, and astonishing 70% from Asia. Our biggest focus is going to be Asia next year, and it's just amazing to see all of you here from so many nearby countries and cities. So I'm excited to meet all of you this weekend, and let's get started. On top of all just the hackers, over 384 ecosystem builders. These are amazing developers, engineers, product managers, designers, founders from so many companies that you already know in this space. 28 technical mentors who are here all weekend at the help desk upstairs to just help you debug any questions, any bugs, any problems that you're facing to really get your project up to speed. We're going to be hosting, and we've already hosted more than 20 workshops this whole weekend to learn about how different protocols work. And because this is not a conference, only 9 talks. We're going to cover all the key important research and things happening in this space. All of that is going to happen tomorrow upstairs and on this floor. And this becomes an opportunity for you, all of you, to learn what's going to be important over the next 12 months. On top of all of that, there's over $375,000 US in prizes, which is 50 million yen. So you have a lot of opportunity to win amazing, amazing prizes from all of our partners. And speaking of partners, there's 38 incredible companies here all throughout this weekend to help you really build everything that you wanted to build and really build something successfully. So I want to give them a big shout out for supporting this event. So please give a big round of applause for all of our amazing partners. We have 1inch, we have MetaMask, Gnosis Chain, Taiko, Toku, Polygon, MeNow, WorldCoin, Lens Protocol, Airstack, Filecoin, UMA, Aave, GrandStau, CurveGrid, Safe, Ethereum Foundation, The Graph, Celo, zkBob, ApeCoin, Hyperlane, Superfluid, IntMax, Uniswap Foundation, Huddle01, Secured Finance, QuickNote, Buns Lit, Mass Network, Scroll, Mantle, Push, Reason, Neath, Livepeer, Sysmo, and QuantStem. So many incredible companies building in so many different spaces. All of them are here to help you be successful. So I know we're running very late in terms of this night, and all of you want to get back to building your projects. So before we go all in focusing on our code, let's cover some key important pieces for how today, tomorrow, and Sunday is going to work. I want to talk about how this venue is set up, how you can get help, all the prizes, of course. We're going to talk about some workshops. We're going to talk about how judging itself works and everything about team formation in case you are still looking for team members. So let's talk about security first. First of all, do not use any hotspots. We have a very dense set of people here in these 2 floors, and we're all trying to share the same 10 gigabyte Ethernet. The way all of our routers work, and I really stress this very much, your hotspots on your phone are on the same frequencies as the access points. So if you feel like the internet's slow and you turn the hotspot on, you make it worse for everybody else near you because you end up interfering with those waves. So if you think the internet's slow, do not fall back to turning on your data hotspots because it perpetuates the problem. We're monitoring everything real time, and we are rearranging the network layouts to address it. If the Wi-Fi is slow, give it 5 to 10 minutes as we rearrange the network layout, but do not use hotspots because that makes it worse for the 5 people next to you. On top of that, everybody must wear their wristbands and your badges. This is the security control here. If you do not have your wristbands on you, you will be not allowed on this floor, especially, or any of these floors, especially after this ceremony. And if you cut this off, we will not be issuing you a new one. So if you go back and you realize this is, you want to take this off, and you come back tomorrow without the wristband, you will be not issued the next one, and you will not be allowed to enter back at the venue. So please keep that in mind. No wristband, no entry. On top of that, do not leave your belongings unattended. We have security here. We're doing our best to ensure that everybody can safely work in both of these floors, but do not fall asleep or just leave your bags or your laptops and just leave the venue. Take it with you, please. If something gets lost, we are not liable for any of those things. But there will be a lost and found. People do misplace things from time to time, and we'll collect anything that we find, but do not leave your valuables unattended. How is this whole weekend set up? There's 2 floors here. This floor is going to be used for, well, actually, let's talk about the 5th floor. Everything is happening upstairs, from food to all the hacking to all the workshops. We have 2 parts in the building on the 5th floor. That's where all the hackers are. The registration was upstairs as well. The 3 rooms at the back are for workshops, and the catering is going to be on top in addition to all the snacks and a lounge space. This floor is going to be used for all of our talks that are happening tomorrow, and on Sunday for judging and the closing ceremonies. Beyond that, there is nothing happening on this floor, so everything remains fully upstairs. We also have a lot more things going on, so there's some late night snacks for you here. They'll all be served at midnight, and this will happen tonight and tomorrow in case you are all hungry and realize that you want more than the snacks that are available. Don't forget to take a selfie at the booth. It's right behind the registration desk. If you want to get a digital photo of you being here with your team, you get to do this as part of our amazing design for this event. And there's also going to be a workshop on origami for the Infinite Garden Journey, and that's happening tomorrow upstairs on the 5th floor from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., conducted by the Ethereum Foundation. Let's talk about all communication. There's over 1,000 of you here, and we have to make sure that we're streamlining all of the important information that we have to tell everybody. As of this moment, everything that we're going to talk about for this event is going to be on Discord, which means anything that's happening or not happening, or if we're running late or something changes, we're going to post all of that on Discord. You can join the Discord from your Hacker dashboard by just logging on to ETHGlobal.com. And if you are a hacker, you'll be automatically given access to all the channels for this hackathon, which means that you'll be able to see all the other attendees. You can message all the other sponsors and our partners. You can message all the mentors. You can ask any questions if you're stuck about how to use a specific protocol. And all of our official announcements will also be on Discord. And remember that you are here in person. You can just talk to each other. If you have a question about a protocol, go to that protocols table and ask them that question instead of typing it on Discord or hoping that somebody answers you online or on Twitter. And everything that's going to be happening over the weekend, which is all talks, all workshops, anything in between, all of that is going to be listed on the schedule page on the website, which means whatever the website says, this is what we'll be doing. If something is late, we'll be updating the website. So the website is the source of truth. And in case you want to know what the website is, it's ethglobal.com/Tokyo. So how does this hackathon work? You can start hacking officially now. You can start working on your projects. You can work on your projects with your team. You can work individually as well. You can have a team of up to 5 members on your team. You don't have to use a team. You can individually submit projects as before. And you have 36 hours to hack. Submissions are due at 9 a.m. on Sunday, April 16th. And after that, we're going to start judging all of the projects that come out of this hackathon. What are the rules of a project? You can work on anything you would like, as long as it's related to Ethereum. But everything that you do must be done from scratch, which means you cannot work on something you were doing before today. You must start all of your projects as of this evening. And only RSVP'd hackers are eligible to win prizes, which means that if your team members are not listed on your team and you win a prize, only people who are listed on the team will be getting any of the prizes. And of course, if you have any questions about pre-existing work, or can I use different frameworks, or can I fork off a different project, please come and ask us. You can obviously use open source tools. You can use existing code that's already on GitHub from others that's already open source. And we're happy to answer any questions for you. And this event is designed for a lot of beginners and people who have been in this ecosystem for a while. You can learn from so many different people in this space. There's a lot of workshops here. If you are unsure of how do I start something on this topic, you can check out the info center, which is on your dashboard, to learn all the resources on a given topic in this space, or how everything is going to work, how to think about submitting a good project, what is a good way to structure your demo for the project. All those things are listed on your Hacker dashboard on ETHGlobal.com. And also, everything is going to be recorded and live streamed, which means anything I'm saying, any workshops that you missed today, you can go to ethglobal.tv and watch the YouTube video, and you can go back, pause, and check out any of the workshops that you couldn't attend earlier today. And if you are still looking for a team, we're going to be doing a workshop right after I stop talking in 1 hour. That's a lot of talking, I know. It's going to be upstairs. There's a lot of people who are still looking for team members, a lot of people who want other people to come join their team. We're going to be doing that as a workshop, so you get to be in the same room and talk to each other and help find other team members. So you can just go upstairs at 10 p.m. and get potential team members or join another project. There's also an amazing tool that we have on your dashboard where you can find other people who are looking for their teams. You can search people by different skill sets. If you're looking for a designer, if you're looking for a smart contract developer, if you're looking for a front-end developer, you can put all of that in there. You can press the search button, and it'll show you who is here in the building looking or has that skill. And you can find team members. You can message them on Discord, and you get to work on some incredible projects together. Let's talk about submissions and judging. Submissions are due at 9 a.m., which gives you exactly 36 hours and 2 minutes. I jumped the gun. And the way it's going to work is as follows. The second you submit your project, you have a choice to think about how you want to be judged. There's a main judging track and a partner judging track. The way judging is going to work is that if you want to be one of the top 10 teams, you get to select the main judging track. And if you don't want to do that and you want to only be eligible for partner prizes, you just don't select the main judging and you just submit your project for the normal judging process. Both of those judgings will happen at the same time, which means once you submit your project, you will be assigned a room. You have to go to that room and demo your project to those judges. After that, you have to go to any of the sponsors who you are applying for a prize and go to their table and demo your project. Now, this is going to be very complex for you if you have a lot of projects or a lot of prizes, which means if you apply for 5 sponsor prizes and the main judging, you have to go to main judging and then each of the 5 tables for sponsors and demo your project 6 times. So be careful about managing your time, be careful about not selecting too many bounties, and keep track of how you want to split your time and how you want to get to demoing all of your projects. You can decide which order you want to go to, which means that if you realize that you want to talk to all of the sponsors before, you can do that and then go to main judging. Or if you're not doing the main judging, you can just go to all of the sponsor tables and start demoing your projects to them one by one. After that, we'll be collectively looking at all the winners and talking about who's going to win the prizes. And on Sunday, we're going to come back and announce who won what prizes. So this is how the main judging works. You will have 4 minutes to demo your project and 2 minutes after that for questions. So in total, you have 6 minutes, and you have to just show your laptop and you get to demo live to the judges on what you built. We recommend that you record a video of your demo in case something goes wrong during the live demo. This way, you can just switch and play to the video, or you can do a live demo, and if they have more questions or something is slow, you get to show that as a backup. Please, 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 please do not do this last minute. It will take you at least 45 minutes to submit your project. You have to write how you built everything. You have to show your code. We will ask you, where are you using which company's protocols in what code. It will take you some time. And if you're going to record a video, you want to add some time on top of that. So please bucket a lot of time, and then you can submit. Don't do this thing 5 minutes before. It will take you more than 5 minutes. This is how partner judging is going to work. On your Hacker dashboard, you have to tell us which prizes you are going to select. If you don't select those prizes, we have no way of knowing that you have to present to that partner. And the second you select the prizes, all the partners will get a notification that they have to expect you. So when you get to a partner's table, a sponsored table, they will know that you are a team that they're expecting, and they'll know how to look at your project and really give you the scores or decide if you are winning their prize. And as I mentioned before, you can do this thing before or after the main judging. So if you are trying to do both, you can go to the partner first, or if you're going to the judging, you can do the main judging first and then go to the partner. So some of the other key things. Code of conduct. This is an in-person event, so all of our rules and code of conduct applies. You can see all of our rules on ethglobal.com/rules. And the rules are very simple, which is please be respectful to everybody in this space. Harassment of any form is not going to be tolerated. If you are misbehaving, we will kick you out. And anything that you build is going to be owned by you. You own the entire IP, neither ETHGlobal, nor our sponsors, no partners, nobody else has the rights to what you built. You get to collectively do whatever you want, and the entire team is going to be an equal shareholder of that intellectual property that you built. If you have any other questions, come talk to me, come talk to anybody wearing an ETHGlobal t-shirt, and we will be happy to answer all of those questions for you. Enough of the logistics. I kind of appreciate that you've been carefully listening, but I also don't know if you're carefully listening or you just don't care. So if you heard me and you are good with it, please give a big round of applause. There we go. Let's get some energy back into this room. So what we want to do now is want to call up some of our amazing partners here to tell you who they are, what they're excited about, what they want to build, and what they want to see come out of this event. I'm going to get some of them here one by one and have them share their excitement of this event. So first off, I want to call up Gleb from 1inch to tell us everything about them. So please welcome Gleb.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Gleb. I'm from 1inch, and first of all, I want to thank organizers of this amazing event. And so a lot of people here probably know who we are. And 1inch itself was built at the Ethereum Global event like in 2019. So I hope and I wish that at this event we will see even more successful and revolutionary products being built. So what else? For those who doesn't know, 1inch like name comes from the famous Bruce Lee 1inch punch, the most effective punch in the martial arts. They were a big inspiration for our founders, and so essentially, like the effectiveness of is the philosophy, like the behind our products, yeah, and that's what we focus on when we build our new products, new features, and so we expect projects to come to see, check our bounties, and if you're a wallet or a DAO or an exchange, or like if you want to do any, like if if your project requires any secure asset operations, and if you want to build new revolutionary decentralized finance protocols, please come check our bounties. We recently released 1inch Fusion. It's our new major update that is like bringing new user experiences for like end users. So if you want to build a product that will allow like a new million of users being onboarded in the Ethereum ecosystem, like the users that don't want to pay gas or don't know how to, or be protected from sandwich attacks and other stuff, please come check it. And I guess in a way that's it. Thanks so much to the organizers once again, and I wish good luck to all the builders and the hackers out there, and please have time and build something great. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Looks like we're having some AV difficulties. Well, why wouldn't we? Tell a joke. How do you differentiate between an introverted developer from an extroverted developer? An extroverted developer looks at your shoelaces while talking to you. This is really hard to debug and tell a joke. So I'm going to focus on panicking here while our team fixes what's going on with the live stream or the slide share. All right, looks like we're making some progress. Aha. And now, the tough part is I closed the tab I shouldn't have. No. No. That's not it. That's definitely not it. All right, we're going to take it the old school way, which is we're going to do it live. No, that's not the right way. Hold the mic. There we go. Thank you, Gleb. Next up, we have Francesco from MetaMask. Please give him a big round of applause.
Awesome. Whoa. So Tokyo, guys. Are you guys ready to hack?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I cannot take it out. Are you guys ready to hack? Hey, awesome. So this will be literally my fastest keynote. I have literally 2 minutes. So I will run through super fast. But guys, we have 15K bounties. So obviously this is not just winning bounties, but it's experience. We want to build this weekend, right? Do we want to build or not? Hey, awesome. Come on, some energy. I know it's late, but hey, we're start to build. So 3 main bounties. How many of you heard Linea? Let's see, a couple of people, hands. Oh, cool. But literally, those are the ZK EVM from Consensus called Linea. And I don't want to bore you, but hey, we have some bounty for you, and we launched public testnet next month. So everything is going so fast in this industry. I'm feeling old right now. But literally, so 7.5K, literally whatever you build, you deploy on Linea, right? And you will be eligible. Make sure you just put, I think we have a cool, in your README, you just put keep calm and love Tokyo. So well done, well done. Second, MetaMask SDK. How many game developers are here? Some, Unity, cool. But long story short, we have 1.5 for any Unity developer that want to build a game with our SDK. So SDK are literally native integration on your game. And we have also 3K for general SDK applications. So think about batch transactions, a bunch of use case. Second, I don't know how we're going in time, but Snaps. I hope someone heard about Snaps. Yeah, awesome. But literally for anything that you think about extending your functionality on top of MetaMask, think about Snaps. So any developer out there can build Snaps, and a bunch of people build, I don't know, non-EVM compatible Snaps, and literally we want to stay very open this time and build your best Snap that you have out there. And yeah, we're very excited about that. We push also some resources if you want to scan this QR code, but we have a cool booth. We have a bunch of people actually supporting ETH Tokyo for the first time. We're very pumped about this. Maybe raise your hand if you are in the room, so you know who will mentor you in the next 48 hours. So no sleeping, guys, please. And yeah, I just want to thank you again, ETHGlobal, for this, and we are super excited about the next 48 hours. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Daniel from Tycho. Please give Daniel a big round of applause.
Thank you. Unlike 1inch and MetaMask, Tycho is new, so I'm not going to talk about our bounties. I'm going to talk about the Tycho project. So we have layer 2, so why need to build another layer 2, right? Because fundamentally, we believe in the following things. We believe that layer 2s that are not decentralized, not permissionless, are not going to replace Ethereum as the application layer, right? So we want to build decentralized and permissionless layer 2. Secondly, we feel like in the future, all the layer 2s will share a common spec, and we believe the type 1 thing, like the Ethereum developer experience, is going to be very close to the future standard. So we want to get close to that standard as soon as possible. And then we also believe that one single layer 2 cannot scale Ethereum. Maybe only layer 3s can truly scale the Ethereum. So we are not going to build just one single layer 2. So Tycho is not one single layer 2. You will find out later. So what is Tycho? Tycho is fully decentralized. So all the blocks are proposed by anonymous builders, and is confirmed by Ethereum validators, not by any Tycho special roles, right? So Justin Drake called it based rollup. And the zero-knowledge proof are also generated by anyone. So if you have the hardware, you can just prove the blocks. And then it's type 1. Basically, we don't change anything any assumption that you have when you program on Ethereum will be kept the same, right? All the K-check, the signature algorithm, everything is the same, except 1559 and the 4844. That's the two exceptions. Because Tycho has a variable block time. Ethereum has like constant block time. All right. And the third thing is really cool. We have this concept of inception layer. You guys know the movie Inception, right? Where you can have one dream inside another dream. So Tycho, you can deploy Tycho on top of Ethereum to become a layer 2. And then you are going to be able to deploy on top of layer 2 to become layer 3s. So when Tycho goes online as a mainnet launch, we are going to have a bunch of layers. The cool thing is it's all the same code base. Only configuration changes, and that's it. Everything is the same. All the technology is the same. And another thing is great is that we have this built-in signal service as part of the core protocol. So you can send any message to any chain, no matter it's layer 2 or layer 3. So you can use the same mechanism to verify something happened on the other side of the chain. So you can, in theory, you can pass any information around those multiple layers. So that's Tycho. So it's a new project. Hopefully you will have interest to learn more. We have 20 engineers here in East Tokyo. So Tychoers, are you here? Okay. So we have 20 people, so find us, and I will talk more about Tigo and talk about our bounties offline. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. One of the cool things about these events is that you get to test out things that are just about to become ready and just people are building and researching on and productizing that research. So next up, we have Polygon. And without further ado, I'd like to invite Kevin on stage to talk about Polygon.
Jim, everyone. Wow, super excited to be here. I'm Kevin from the developer relations team from Polygon Labs. So we built blockchains for mass adoption. While the energy in the building is crazy, we're super excited to be in ETH Tokyo right now. I just wanted to very quickly go through some of the challenges we're issuing to all the hackers here today. Some of the things we want to see you guys build and super excited to see. So we have more than 20,000 total in bounties. So that's some amazing stuff we want to see from you guys. First, that's going to be $5,000 for the best cross-chain hacks with Polygon zkVM. Anything that's cross-chain across Polygon zkVM, Polygon POS, and also Ethereum. Any interesting use cases would be eligible for this. That's also $5,000 for the best use of Polygon ID. Polygon ID's verifiable credentials to preserve user privacy. So we're huge in self-sovereign identity, so really hope to see some interesting use cases using Polygon ID. And then there's also $5,000 for, of course, probably the hottest topic in the room for sure, for account abstraction or gasless transactions. There's a couple of ways to do it, and we love to see some use cases on that front. So the best team will be eligible to get $5,000. And also, we would love to reward our builders who are essentially building on Polygon. So as long as you deploy either on Polygon POS or Polygon zkVM, whether it's testnet, mainnet, doesn't matter, just make a tweet and you'll be eligible to have a share of this $5,000 pool. So this is to reward all the builders who are building on Polygon. Super excited. And we would love to see all kinds of interesting use cases and different interesting stuff coming out from this hackathon. Yeah, if you need more details, we would strongly recommend you to scan this QR code. That's going to have some of the examples, some ideas maybe, and the detailed description of all these bounties. So good luck. We look forward to seeing interesting projects from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Right, next up, I want to talk about Toku. And without further ado, please welcome Dominica. Is your...
Konbanwa. It's great to be here. It's great to see you all here in Tokyo. My name is Dom. I'm a co-founder of Toku. At Toku, we work with organizations across the spectrum, from some of the biggest companies that you heard of, Protocol Labs, Hedera, Gnosis, Safe, to smaller companies and teams of two. Those who are starting just like you guys. We make sure that all of our partners and all of our clients legally and compliantly can hire anyone, anywhere in the world, and can compliantly and legally pay people in tokens, pay their team in tokens anywhere in the world. We handle all the tax compliance, exciting employment laws, and token compensation laws in 60+ jurisdictions globally, so that builders can build. You know, it's very exciting to be here. We actually started the company in Tokyo. It's been about 2 years, so it's a very special moment to see a lot of other people choosing Tokyo as a place to build. And I know that a couple of people don't want to leave, so I hope that after the hackathon you will stay around. We are here to help, so if there's anything that comes to your mind that we can help with, please feel to reach out. We want to make sure that the ecosystem is growing, that people are staying compliant, and looking forward to chatting. So if you want to reach out, we are at toku.com, or you can find us on Twitter at usetoku, or you can find us at some of our cool events. Thanks, and looking forward to hanging out more. Have fun hacking, and ganbatte.
Amazing, thank you. All right, next up, I want to talk about Mina. And to introduce what Mina is, please welcome Angus.
GM. Hi everyone. My name is Angus, and I'm going to tell you about Mina. Mina is a ZK-L1 blockchain. ZK stands for zero knowledge, and Mina is built from the ground up using zero knowledge proofs. That's cool. I've got some good news for you. Now you can build things with zero knowledge proofs on top of Mina as well. With Snarky.js, it's written in TypeScript, so it makes it easier for developers like you. You may have noticed that I am wearing a pickle costume. There is a reason for this. Snarky.js gives you access to the recursion layer of Mina, which is called pickles. So what you can do with that is infinitely recursively prove ZK snarks or zero knowledge proofs. So you can put proofs into proofs into proofs and collapse them all down into one fixed size proof that you can verify quickly. So that's really powerful. We're looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to come up with building over the weekend. We've got prizes available, $8,000, $6,000, and $4,000 available for first, second, and third prize for people who build projects that use Snarky.js. And there's also a $2,000 public pool for people who build a project but don't make it into the top 3. So I also want to tell you today about a program we're running called ZK Ignite. There's a nice QR code up there that you can scan for more information. It's a sort of grant/incubator program where you submit a proposal for a project that you want to build. There's a kind of fundraising round where community members vote on the projects they want to see funded. And then you kind of start with a bunch of other projects and go through the process together. You get some funding, but you also get hands-on support, mentorship, connections with people. We really make you part of the Mina family. So we've got a new cohort starting in May the 24th. So if you're interested, you can scan that QR code, or please come and talk to us at the booth. I'll be wearing the pickle suit until at least tomorrow morning. I don't know how much longer it'll last. Also, thanks very much to everyone from ETHGlobal. You guys are awesome. And yeah, happy hacking, everyone. GLHF. This is the last slide of mine, so.
Thank you, Angus. That was great. Maybe I should do this one day, and just to see if the crowd is going to listen to me more. All right, our last partner I want to bring on is WorldCoin. And without further ado, I want to welcome Miguel to talk to you about WorldCoin. Please give him a big round of applause.
So, yeah, everyone. I'm Miguel. I'm here to talk to you about WorldCoin. And normally, I would start this by talking about civil attacks and how they're bad, but I feel like everyone kind of knows that story now. Arbitrum. And also, something happened over the past few months, which was like all of this AI explosion of us realizing that like maybe the whole like telling humans apart from machines is a little bit harder than it seems. And that has led to a lot of like really cool and interesting questions. And we cannot answer all of those, but we do have something called World ID, which is going a little slower than I thought. But basically, we built this protocol to anonymously verify that someone is a real human and that they're doing an action only once. So this action could be anything from joining a Discord channel, minting an NFT, borrowing a governance proposal, claiming WorldCoin tokens, that's a thing. And the way that this works, the way that we power this, is we have these orbs. You may have seen some of those upstairs. These orbs use iris scans and zero-knowledge cryptography, along with a bunch of other really cool technology that, if you're interested in, you can contact to us about, to basically verify that the person in front of it is a real human and give them their World ID, a private key that they can use to generate zero-knowledge proofs to prove any of the things that I mentioned. This works on-chain and off-chain, and it is really, really easy to integrate. This is about all of the code that you actually need to make any app civil assistant. It's literally 5 minutes. So we have an SDK, a JavaScript widget. You can get these zero-knowledge proofs. You can verify them on-chain and off-chain. We've taken care of all of the hard stuff for you, so you can just take care of actually making your app civil assistant, making sure you're interacting with humans online, and whether you're using this for some NFT stuff or some like completely unrelated AI stuff that you somehow figure out a way to shoehorn into the crypto hackathon can get it. You just like render a QR code on your website using the widget, scan it with your phone, verify, phone generates your knowledge proof, sends it to the website, you send it to a contract or something else. It's all taken care of for you. And as I said before, this is really, really powerful. It has a lot of usage in governance, making actual quadratic voting for once, social media with all of the cool incentive that Lens Protocol and other things have, and a bunch of other stuff. If you want to learn about the other stuff or about the protocol at all, we have some really cool docs, including a use case page with a bunch of ideas on what you can build. And yeah, basically, you will find all the details about how to build with these, starter kits, example applications, all that you need on the docs, docs.wallcoin.org. And we also have 20K in prizes. I'm not going to read through all of them because they are in the ETHGlobal website and also all of you can read. But yeah, we are excited to see what you can do with it. I added this slide when I thought that this kickoff was a few hours ago, so this already happened, but you can go to ETHGlobal.tv and actually see the recording of this workshop, which is even better because you can skip through the boring parts. And yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone can build with this. There's a link there, wallcoin.org/ETHTokyo23. You can use that to get access to all of the resources that I mentioned and much more. And yeah, come see us at the booth, come look for me, I'm pretty easy to spot, and have fun building.
Thank you. So those were some of our amazing partners, and one thing that we want to do is obviously talk about all the other prizes that are here. I'm going to definitely spend a few minutes covering all of that. But before we get into the prizes, we want to really take this opportunity, while we have 1,000+ of you here in this room, to get to know about what this ecosystem means to us and what it means to everybody else that's been in this space for some time. I want to focus a lot more on the culture of Ethereum and how we think about the future moving forward and how we think about Web3 ecosystem and how we would like it to, the direction we like it to be in. And that's all under the theme of the Infinite Garden. And to talk about the culture of Ethereum, I want to bring on a very special guest, Aya Miyaguchi, who is the Executive Director of the Ethereum Foundation, to share more about the culture and what this ecosystem means to all of us. So please give a big round of applause to Aya.
Hello, everyone. Oh, wow, it's already late. I know you're tired, and I'm going to give a Japanese lesson next 20 minutes. Just kidding. Konnichiwa, konbanwa, minasan. I'm thrilled to be here at the first Ethereum hackathon in Tokyo at this scale. It is very big for Japanese. Today, I'd like to talk about the power of open learning in the Infinite Garden. I want to share with you how Ethereum is revolutionizing the way we learn and grow, and how you can be part of the revolution by becoming an infinite teacher. How many of you have heard of this Infinite Garden? Oh, okay, impressive, thank you. So this is a vision we used at the Ethereum Foundation, and we're hoping everyone to be part of this Infinite Garden, and I'm going to explain again a little bit about this Infinite. I came up with the idea inspired by the book by James Carse. The word infinite is from Infinite Games, as in his book, Finite and Infinite Games. In a finite game, the game ends when someone wins, as in normal, like sports games and others. While in an infinite game, we play the game to continue the game with changing rules and players. The vision of the Infinite Garden has the word infinite from this inspiration, as I believe it describes the beautiful culture of Ethereum. At the merge last year, for example, do you remember the merge? Do you still remember the merge? Well, I guess we had another big milestone yesterday that kind of finished the proof of stake work, where Ethereum finally shifted from proof of work to proof of stake last year. There were more researchers and developers outside of the Ethereum Foundation that were involved in the execution of this enormous amount of work. All the devs from different client teams work together. Ethereum understands the importance of client diversity. And Ethereum understand that is more important than having only one big team succeeding. That is a perfect example of an infinite game, and those who participated are all infinite players. So how can you play in an infinite game at this hackathon? I understand there are prizes here, supported by great sponsors who just presented, and I think that is great to motivate people to build. But I would like to suggest something new today. Let me ask you questions. Please raise your hand if you identify yourself as Web3 developer. Okay, thank you. Please raise your hand if you see yourself as rather a beginner to Web3. Okay, thanks for being honest. Please raise your hand if you think you are new to Web3 but have expertise in some specific domains, other domains, some programming languages, security, privacy, UX. Okay, you're very humble. Please raise your hand if you are here to learn. All right, I see almost all this. Yes, so there are many who are here to learn. I'm also here to learn. ETHGlobal told me that a lot of skilled Web2 developers come here to get into Web3. A hackathon is a great place to learn. I believe there's something unique about hackathons in Ethereum that makes your learning experience more special, because this is also a game that is happening in the Infinite Garden. I know you will be divided into teams and there are prizes, but it would enrich the quality of the game if each player improves their skill by learning. There will also be mentors and speakers who will teach you new things. But wouldn't it also be fun if hackers here teach each other? Wouldn't it be fun if teaching and learning happen regardless of which team you are in? That is an example of an infinite game too. So can you be an infinite teacher in this garden? I bet this has been already happening at the Ethereum hackathons, and that is because I believe Ethereum has the culture of open learning. Ethereum as a platform is an open source project, so it is naturally more open. Being open source makes the project more inclusive and transparent. From the learning standpoint, anyone can look at the code and learn many different things. But what I want to talk about today is about how the culture of learning has evolved in Ethereum. Also, how the culture of openness is making learning more effective. I like to call this open learning, and I strongly believe this is an important part of the Infinite Garden. For example, there are multiple dev tools that have been built by community members and are widely used, and some of them are built for learners. Scaffolded. How many of you know Scaffolded? Oh, wow, a lot of them. Awesome. Yes. So Scaffolded gives you instructions on how to build on Ethereum step by step. Our dear friend, Austin Griffiths. Are you here? He's there, yes. Built this originally for himself to onboard devs that are new to Web3, and he started offering speedrun, which is, he provides a class where he goes through each step together with a new learner. Now there are many devs who learned with this tutorial. What is interesting is those who learned through it became more interested in building learning tools for others to learn. So Austin and his people started Build Guild, a community of builders who are building learning tutorials. There are a lot of stories on how Ethereum learns, but I would like to use this community as an example so it is easier for you to see the open learning culture. The first story from this community is about an open learner and infinite teacher, Chev. I also heard he is here. I hope he's here somewhere. He learned with Scaffoldis, like one of those people who learned through it, and now he is building Scaffold ETH2. How amazing is this? Yay! It's like, I think people are a little bit tired. Are you Shiv? Oh yes, he's here. Okay, he's here. So you can hear the story from him. I'd love to actually also hear the story from you too. Awesome. And another great story from this Build Guild community is where a builder from that community learned from another open learning community. Calvin from Build Guild went to the Xerox PARC community, a community facilitated by the Xerox PARC Foundation now that is not only supporting different applied ZK projects, but also helping people to learn about ZK. He then came back to Build Guild and built a three-part series to teach the next builders how to use a ZK circuit with a smart contract. And what is crazy is Austin, the original teacher, said almost 90% of what he knows about ZK apps are from him using these tutorials made by Calvin. I used to be a high school teacher, and I have seen maximize learning experiences when a teacher lets a student become a mini teacher. But the power of open learning in the Ethereum community is even more than that. One teacher does not teach everyone. They teach their students how to teach, and they become the teachers. And good teachers also learn from their students. By keeping learning tools open, we can have all different types of learning tools, and you are more likely to find something that best fits your level and learning style. Going back to open learning hackathons, I believe hackathons represent the open learning culture of the Ethereum community. Why? Because you are here to learn and teach. You're not here to make a perfectly complete project within 3 days. The project might be a start of something important in the future, but the most important part of these 3 days is that you get to learn something you did not know before and to share what you already know with others. The knowledge that you gain and give will ripple outwards into the future and might help others on a similar journey. So let's think about how you actually learn then here. First, by making mistakes. I believe true learning can only come from having experience. You can read a book and stuff online to gain knowledge, but you do not really learn until you try it yourself. And the best way to learn is by making mistakes. I know this is a very tough one for Japanese people especially. I also have suffered myself by being trained to be perfect. If you're developers, you probably have experienced the importance of making mistakes. Ethereum's protocol design also had this experience many times. Initial sharding and proof of stake designs were attempted to be implemented within smart contracts. Only when the researchers got into the architecture, they discovered the limitations in efficiency and expressivity of those system-level contracts. When Danny Ryan shared this story with me, he said that throwing away 6 to 12 months of work is always coupled with immense learning. It informs not only the immediate next item, but research and design on project for years to come. The beauty of a hackathon is that you will not be punished by making mistakes. So make lots of mistakes and believe that is only helping your learning. Next, you learn by working in a team, obviously. Building something by yourself and building something in a team are very different experiences. Here, some of you will work with people you've met for the first time. Each person, I believe, offers very different values to the team. Decisions are not easy to make when working in a team, but that is why the learning is stronger. You learn more when you need to balance multiple perspectives. You see from all the DAOs out there and how hard it is to have a good decision-making system, even with additional support with technology. There will be more than 200 teams made out of all hackers here. So if ETHGlobal combined all the learnings from teams at all the hackathon, they would have probably a great data set for DAO research.
Soon.
Yes, yeah, okay. And lastly, you will definitely learn from the experienced mentors, experts. There are many amazing experts here, you know, depending on your interest. Like some sponsors also presented their expertise. From EF, for example, Peter, Marius, and some others from the Geth team are here. Yoav and the account abstraction team is here. Austin, I just said, he is out there, but he also his people from Build Guild community are here too. So you should definitely talk to them. They are expert in being a teacher. And as well as other mentors that are here to support you. Do not forget though, that you as a hacker can be a teacher because everyone has a unique expertise, skills, and even personality that may inspire others. And with the spirit of open learning of Ethereum, allow me to try an experiment through this hackathon. This is like a new thing we are trying. We want to ask you to let us know about your learning experiences here, and let us know who was your best teacher. They can be mentors and speakers here, other hackers from your team or other teams working toward the same prizes. I would like to call them infinite teachers in the Infinite Garden. The Ethereum Foundation will try to share the outcome in some way to recognize infinite teachers. The learning does not have to be technical learning. You could receive some amazing wisdom to cope with the pressure or stress of this hackathon, or how to maximize your focus. Even if you're new to the community, you can already be an infinite teacher too, as well as we all come with the wealth of experience and knowledge that influences how we collaborate to solve problems. Here's how you can help. Please save this on your phone and answer the survey that asks who is your infinite teacher. Submit it by the end of hackathon, end of Sunday. By participating in this survey, you will receive an I Learned from an Infinite Teacher NFT that's designed by our designers. And then we also have the EF booth. So you can, if you have questions, you can ask questions there too. As another message from me, this is the last one. I also would like to encourage you to challenge yourself, try something a little bit outside of your comfort zone. There are many Japanese hackers here today who are locals here, 日本人の人。そんなになんか Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard like 40% of hackers here are locals, which is the size of hackathons are very rare in Japan, so 40% is pretty impressive. How many then, okay, like how many people here, non-Japanese, feel have a connection to Japan? Do you like anything about Japan? You raised hand most quickly. What do you like about Japan? Yes. Culture? Language? Nihongo? Nihongo. Do you speak Nihongo? Ah, so desu. Yes. I'm always impressed how many people actually are interested in learning Japanese, because I don't know how useful it is. But Nihongo, and then even within the Ethereum Foundation, we actually have quite a number of people who can speak Japanese, which is surprising. I always wonder, where do you use it? But anyway, you know, some people might like food, ninja, Nintendo, anime. So there are things that Japan can be proud of, it seems like. But I know one thing that Japanese people tend not to be good at. They are not good at telling you what they're good at. We Japanese are trained not to do that from the very early time of our childhood. Japanese people here may not call themselves expert forever. However, if you find Japanese hackers tonight, I encourage you to invite one or two of them to your team. If you find someone who has a background very different from yours, I encourage you to invite them, like whether they're Japanese or not. Here's a reason why I think that's a good idea. First, in the case of Japanese, you might discover some subtle talents, something that others do not have. For example, by being born and raised in the country, I was trained to drop intuition. You know the English expression, read between the lines? In Japan, reading between the lines is very, very basic. We have an expression called read the air. You have to read something when there are not even lines or words. And that is considered as a common sense. So gradually, you become very good at reading people's mind and things around them. This is also the reason why they can be good team players. Next, whether they're Japanese or not, there are many studies that discover that more diversity leads to more creativity. One study tested college students' creativity at the beginning and the end of a semester. They found that students who had dated someone from another country become more creative. Have you experienced this? Oh, like there are people who are raising their hand. You said no. Okay, so you can help, like if you have experienced this, you can't help but reflect on different circumstances that have helped shape the other person's views. And by looking from different perspectives, you end up developing creativity. You also take things less personally when you know the blockers are due to different backgrounds. So, of course, I'm not only talking about Japanese as there are more diverse set of backgrounds here. I would love to see mixed, diverse teams during this hackathon. If you have not teamed up yet, it would be great if you find new friends and build a team with people with different backgrounds. That is it. To summarize my 2 key points today: open learning opportunity, find your infinite teacher. Please scan this QR and save it and let us know who was your infinite teacher, and diversity in your team for creativity. Thank you very much, and hope you have a great learning time. Happy hacking, everyone. Domo arigatou.
Thank you so much. It's a really important and amazing message, and that's exactly how this entire community is set up. One thing that surprises us, but also something we're very happy about, is the fact that most of the mentors that we get for ETHGlobal hackathons used to be previous hackers. They get to see the joy and how they can contribute more into this ecosystem and get hundreds and thousands more people to be part of this space and stay in this space. And that is the actual network effect that ETHGlobal has, which is it inspires more people to contribute and give back to the community, whether it's through being a partner or being a mentor or even volunteering. And this message and the way this whole community plays an infinite game is how we get to be even bigger as a ecosystem. So thank you so much, Aya, for those amazing thoughts. And the last thing I'll do is talk about all the prizes that a lot of you have been waiting for. So let's get right into it. 50 million yen in prizes. That's over $375,000 of money being given away just this weekend from all of our amazing partners. So let's talk about what each of these partners are doing. First up is 1inch. 1inch is giving $20,000 in prizes. They have a Fusion category API and a Best Resolver implementation API. The first place for Fusion category gets $4,000, the second place gets $3,000, and the third place will be receiving $2,000. For the Best Resolver implementation, you have $3,500 for the first place, $2,000 for the second place, and $1,000 for the third place. Then there's also a Most Meaningful Impact category prize, which will receive $3,500. Next up is MetaMask. To build on MetaMask, 2 teams will win $1,500. The 2 teams are going to make the best use of MetaMask snaps, so will also win $1,500. The next category is Unity and MetaMask related games. 1 team will win $1,500, and the best 5 apps on Linnea will be receiving $1,500. Next up is Gnosis Chain. So the most innovative apps on Gnosis Chain will receive $8,000 for the first place, $5,000 for the second place, and $3,000 for third. And the best project on Hashi will be receiving $2,000, and the best project that uses Safe with Gnosis Chain will be receiving $2,000. Next up is Taiko. So Catch, MEV category, anything related to MEVs on the ZK rollup will be receiving $2,500 for the first place, $1,000 for second place. The best DApp, as determined by the Taiko team, will receive $3,000 for the first place, $2,000 for second, and $1,000 for the third. And the best infrastructure project on top of the Taiko ecosystem will be receiving $2,500 for the first place and $1,000 for second place. They are giving $20,000 in prize. There's a lot more. So for the best ZK-related category prize, $2,500 for the first place, $1,000 for second. The best public goods deployed on Taiko will be receiving $2,500 for the first place and $1,000 for second place. And the most fun bounty and the most protocol economic related hacks will receive $1,000 each. Then we have Polygon. You already I saw a lot of the prizes from Polygon, but just repeat them. The best cross-chain ZK EVM hack will receive $5,000. The best project that uses Polygon ID will also receive $5,000. The best public goods leveraging account abstraction will be receiving $5,000 as well. And there's a full prize of $5,000 for Polygon, which means that any project that deploys on Polygon, whether it's the ZK VM or on ID or just on mainnet, will be splitting $5,000 equally. Next up, we have Mina. So the best ZK apps built on Snarky.js will be receiving $8,000 for the first prize, $6,000 for second place, and $4,000 for third place. And there's also a pool prize, which means as long as you experiment with Snarky.js and build something and deploy something on top of this ZK protocol or this SDK, you will be splitting $2,000 equally. Then we have WorldCoin. So the best overall hack on WorldCoin will receive $4,000. The best public goods use case that leverages WorldCoin ID will receive $3,000. The best governance app and the most creative use case on top of WorldCoin identity protocols will receive $3,000, and the best sign-in with the WorldCoin app will receive $1,000. As you can see, there's a big push around public goods. We want to make sure that we get to solve interesting problems for our sub-communities in this space, and you can win a lot of prizes for solving and doing a lot more good. Then there's also going to be 3 honorable mentions that use WorldCoin and a $3,000 pool prize category, which means that any project that uses WorldCoin SDKs will split $3,000 equally. Next up, we have Lens Protocol. The best use of Lens will receive $5,000. The second place will receive $3,000, and the third place, best Lens application, will receive $2,000. And 10 individual projects will receive $1,000 each for integrating with the Lens SDK or the identity. Then we have the Ethereum Foundation. A lot of prizes for account abstraction and building ZK tooling. So 4 teams will receive $2,500. That's $10,000 in total for building cool applications that leverage account abstractions, whether it's in wallets, using paymasters, or any developer tooling around account abstraction. Then there are 4 teams that are also going to be receiving $2,500 each for using either the ZK or the Semaphore, RLN, or UniRep SDKs. That's a lot on zero-knowledge proofs and cryptography. And then we have Airstack, Filecoin, UMA, Aave Grandstyle, Carvergrade, Hyperlane, all giving $10,000 each in prizes, in addition to Safe, The Graph, ZK-Bop, ApeCoin, DAO, and Cello, also giving $10,000 in prizes each. And then we have Scroll, Mantle, Push, Reason, Sysmo, QuantStem, Neath, and LivePeer. And Superfluid, IntMax, Uniswap Foundation, Huddle01, Secure Finance, Buns, Lit, and QuickNote, all getting $5,000 each. All of their prizes and descriptions are outlined on the ETHGlobal Tokyo website. You can check out all the details. You can check out all the documentations, what it means to qualify for the prizes, what is a good project submission look like. You can watch their workshop videos. All those things are made available for you on your Hacker dashboard. And with that, please keep in mind that this is an environment for you to learn and have fun. We want you to pace yourself. Just because the event goes on for 24/7 does not mean you need to not sleep. Please prioritize your health. We really want you to have fun. We want to make sure you get to learn about what's happening in this space. We want to make sure that you get to see what could happen in this space in the future and what people are excited about. This is very much about experimentation and learning, so please enjoy making yourselves better at what you are excited about, and don't treat this like a competition. With that, happy hacking, everybody. Let's go upstairs and get hacking. Thank you.